Once upon a time, there was a prince who lived in the utmost luxury. He had everything he ever wanted and was spoiled to the core. However, recently he began to think that all the daughters of the dukes and all the girls who could gladly die for him were no good. He needed someone better, someone more beautiful, someone more ancient and unique. The king and queen didn't know what to do. They ordered posters to be posted all over the kingdom. One day, an old man appeared in front of the prince and said, "Your Majesty, in the small village where I come from, there is a small grapevine told by whispers in the dead of the night. They say that there is a princess, a very beautiful princess, with hair the color of the sunshine gold, with lips as red as a rose. But all that good looks is nothing. She is cursed by the most jealous fairy of all, Maleficent, that on her 16th birthday she will prick her finger on a spinning wheel spindle and fall into deep slumber. Only you can awaken her. With a single kiss, she will wake from her dreams. But beware, my child. The castle in which she lays is covered by poison ivy, surrounded by a magical bush that cannot be cut down, and guarded by the deadliest dragon of all. Everyone who tried has either gone lost in the forest or blocked by the bush. No one has ever seen the castle." "But if you're the one—" "Nonsense!" the prince cut him off. "Of course I'm the one who will wake her up." At the same time, somewhere far, far away, the three good fairies conversed. "Let's send him our best wishes," one suggested. So they paid a visit to the prince. One gave him the gift of a sword that can cut anything. Another gave him the gift of an unpierceable shield. And the third fairy gave him the gift of unparalleled bravery. So then, the next day, the prince set off on his journey on his best horse with the three gifts. He traveled a whole day and night, through countless swamps and numerous wetlands, and finally arrived at the castle. The prince drew his sword, and the magical bush parted to make a path for him as he trotted through the forest and headed towards the castle. But as he approached the castle gates, he noticed green smoke rising from the ground, and a terrible shadow has cast on the wall behind. But the prince wasn't scared. After all, he had unparalleled bravery. He charged straight towards the shadow of the huge dragon. But to his surprise, as the smoke cleared with a gust of wind, he saw that in the middle of it all was just a small, sleeping dragon. Well, that was easier than expected. The prince ran through the hall, up the spiral stairs, burst through the door, and there the princess lay, so still that time seemed to have stopped, so peaceful that the thorns and the dragon seemed like nothing but a dream, so beautiful that words just couldn't describe. He bent down and gave her a kiss. As their lips touched, Sleeping Beauty was sleeping no more. Within a month, Prince Philip and Aurora had a wedding, and needless to say, just like all other typical fairy tales, the prince and the princess lived happily ever after.